Today we're going to learn how to draw an orange or really any citrus fruit digitally. You'll need a computer or an iPad, a drawing tablet with a stylus, so here's my tablet here in my stylus container, or an Apple Pencil for the iPad. You're going to need a drawing program like Photoshop. If that is out of your budget, then you can use Krita, GIMP, or FireAlpaca for the computer, or some apps are Ibis Paint and Medibang Paint, and those are all free. And then you're going to need a photo reference for your drawing. You can either do an image you found online, or you can draw fruit in real life. So go gather all the things you need, and I'll be here when you get back. First, you're going to need to open your program and make a new canvas. We're going to make it 8.5 by 11 inches, which is the size of a standard piece of paper. If you're wanting to print this out later, make sure you make the DPI 300. Now you're probably wondering what DPI is. That is dots per inch, or the resolution of the image. This is how many pixels in the image there are. The more dots, the more pixels there are, and it's how good quality the image is going to be. A standard computer is 72 DPI. Whenever you're opening any images from the internet and you try to print them out, sometimes they'll be a little fuzzy. That's because they had a lower DPI. 300 is the average for printing work out. Pixels are a single square point in an image. Every image is made out of pixels. Every computer screen is made out of pixels. TVs, cameras, everything like that has to do with pixels. But that is the smallest point that you can reduce your image down to. Alright, next you're going to open the reference image you're working off of, or if you're working from real life, you're just going to look at your still life. And we're going to use the eyedropper tool to get the color for our painting. The eyedropper tool is a tool used to sample pixel colors from an image. So whatever you click on, that color is going to be the foreground color, which you're then going to draw with. After that, on your first blank canvas, you're going to make a new layer, then draw the general shape of the orange in the background. Since on my reference image, there's orange in the background and then one in the front. If you'd like, you can kind of sketch it first. Sometimes it's easier to just get the general shape down with a big orange circle. Create another new layer and then do the same thing but with a different shade of orange for the orange half that's in the foreground. You can now use the opacity lock in order to draw just on the shape you've created on each of the layers. This is one of the great advantages of drawing digitally, because in real life you would have to physically layer and you wouldn't be able to erase each single object, but with this you can just draw right over the colors and stay on that single layer. Now I want the reference picture to be right next to my drawing, so I pulled the tabs out and resized them so that I can see it right next to it. Create another new layer for the leaf and the stem, and then use the eyedropper tool again to get the colors for that. I'm having some trouble with the line weight, so I'm going to make the size vary by pressure. Go to Brush Settings, Shape Dynamics, Control, and press Prem Pressure. Then, as you're drawing, the lighter you draw, the smaller the brush will be, but the harder you draw, the bigger it'll be. The general shape of the shading. After that, you're going to use the mixer brush tool to blend the colors together. This will make it feel almost like you're oil painting. Mess with the settings till the tool works how you want. There's no right or wrong here, it's just what feels best to you. Once you have the general highlights and darks down, it's time to move on to the other orange. Do the same thing here, just eyedrop the colors from the reference. Quickly added some of the darker shading on a layer underneath the two oranges to make it look a little more real. The next few minutes don't really have very many steps to them. It's just kind of watching me draw, so go work on your drawing while this is playing. Here I will use the lasso tool and warp the image so it's just a little more accurate to the angle of the reference. The lasso tool is used to freeform select objects. Just draw around what you need to select and you're good to go. Here I will change the opacity of the brush in order to blend better. The opacity is how transparent or opaque something is, so in this case I will make it more transparent in order to blend the colors better. Here I accidentally drew on the wrong layer, so I selected it, cut it from the other layer, selected paste in place, and then merged down onto the correct layer. Once you're finished with your painting, you can click on File and Export, Quick Export as PNG, and name it whatever you want and save it wherever you want. A PNG file is going to be the most high quality file for what we're doing. You can also save it as a PSD if you want to come back and edit it later. If you're not the best at realism but still want to do a project like this, check out Christine Almeida's work. She describes herself as an illustrator, character designer, and lover of sunshine. Her work is more whimsical and painterly than realistic, but it still shows off an excellent usage of Photoshop. I hope you enjoyed the project today. Please comment with a link to your painting. I'd love to see how it turned out. Have a great day.